So let's get into the OOs. What was popular and what did I watch? Now, in the OOs, most of the stuff went towards cable. That was the turning point. It was the first time that cable was more dominant than what was on the regular networks. Yeah, you still had Grey's Anatomy, which was huge, and I'm doing these off the top of the head because my memory's good and I'm sharp. And I can remember Desperate Housewives because Eva Longoria, I still remember when she was on The Young and the Restless. That's my favorite soap, by the way. I still like watching that show. And I remember when she was married to Paul Newman way back in the day. Before she was with, was it JC Chazé from NSYNC or something like that? Yeah, some crazy stuff when I think about Eva Longoria. She always was like the double Junior Whopper, Jennifer Lopez and Rosie Perez, but she was big on the TV screen. But anyway, and obviously, um, there was a lot of Family Guy, a lot of those shows that became, South Park, which was big, but that was on the Comedy Network, whatnot. But you want to get to the main bits of what the nitty gritty. When there was a lot of popular VH1 and MTV making the band, Get the Cheesecake, if you remember, Diddy, Beyonce, etc. Flavor of Love, all that stuff was popular. But the main shows that I watched was The Wire out of Baltimore on HBO. Come on now. That was the show. That was the show. You know, you were always curious about Mario and Omar, what was going to happen. That show was the truth. 6 Feet Under, very powerful show. You always, that was a trip. That was a trip. Of course, you're going to talk about The Sopranos. Come on now, Tony and all that. The first few years of that show, and it was really something else. David Chase really had it going on the early part, not how it ended, not the last few. It dragged on a bit, but early on it was definitely must see, definitely. Um, Dexter, which was the first 3 years, 3.5, was tight. The reboots and everything they keep coming up with, I don't know about all that, but I enjoyed it when it first. It definitely was one of those shows from the OOC. And that was like the time when you had some shows that you could really get into, and they were on cable and they were cut and they were like doing what they did. So they definitely had an impact. Now regular network shows I did like Malcolm in the Middle. I used to watch that. So I had shows that I watched. Quality is quality. Freaks and Geeks, which I used to watch. I like that a lot. I watched